Welcome everybody. How are you guys? Thank you for joining us again in this channel and this episode again. In this channel again, we are on futmex in English, and as you know, and thank you everybody who has joined at this channel for the first time. In this channel, we try to talk about Mexican soccer, Liga MX, and everything that it's going around Mexican soccer, Mexican football. I hope you call it Mexican football as we do. In America, it's called soccer, but we still think about it's football. Jesús Bernal, how are you? Glad to meet you again in this new episode.
Thank you, Chema. I'm fine. Glad to be back here and ready to speak about Liga MX and Mexican football and all the things around the Mexican national team too.
We need to talk about this time in this new episode, Chuy, about this game that's we will see this Wednesday night in State Farm Stadium at the Glendale, Arizona. We know it's very special, this game. We will not see the Mexican team performing with the best players. We will not see the USMNT with their best players performing at the pitch. But is it worth it? Can we see a nice game? Can we see some nice show by these two national teams this Wednesday, Chuy?
I'm not sure about it because even though there aren't the best players on the rosters, because it's not um, this is not
No,
an official.
this is not an official game.
Yeah,
No.
not an official game, so the European clubs are not forced to let the players go to the national team. I think Mexico has more things to lose than the U.S. team, so this situation probably will make Diego Cocca to be aware of the situation, and I don't know if defending during the game. I don't know what the plan is gonna be, but what I mean is, if Mexico lose this game, there will be a lot of pressure on this new project. So even though it's not an official match, there are many things to lose for Diego Cocca and for the Mexican national team, because everybody will be talking about what Tata Martino did with the national team, who could no, he did beat the US only once, but then after the first Copa Oro, Mexico never won again against the US team. So Diego Cocca has to deal with that situation, and that's why I believe he has more to lose than to win. So he has to be careful.
And now you focus on something. It's something in a very special issue. Talking about Mexico and Diego Cocca has more to lose than to win in this game, because we're talking about specifically two teams made Mexican team made with players from the Liga MX, and US roster was completed with players on MLS. So this can be also a match between Liga MX versus MLS. So
Right?
there's always the debate if MLS has improved better than Liga MX, and their clubs are performing better, and they're improving on CONCACAF, and they're improving on national teams, and every single competition when Mexico and United States play against each other, we are seeing the better performance from the United States. And that's something that in Mexico we cannot stand about it. And if United States win this game, as you told before, the pressure for Diego Cocca will be like a enormous, a huge globe. And we're talking about this is going to be the third game in Mexico as Mexico coach. So I think it wasn't necessary. I think this is only for business, only for getting some dollars for the both teams. But the game's there, and I really hope we can see a good game. I'm not sure if we're gonna see a good show from these two teams. I think we can see a lot of faults, a lot of uh, a lot of fights even in the pitch. but I'm not sure if we're gonna see a good show by this game, Chewy.
I'm pretty sure of it. There's not going to be a good performance because those teams never played together, never did. So it's hard to believe that they will perform well. At least that's what I think. And yeah, it's gonna be a rough game. It's gonna be a game where both teams are gonna struggle. They will be fighting each other and probably hitting each other and all that. So there's a rivalry, of course. But yeah, I believe this is not the best situation to have Mexico against the US, and I believe they should wait until summer because they probably will face each other during summer, maybe once or probably twice because of the CONCACAF Nations League and the Gold Cup.
Yeah, yeah, we will see at the Final Four this game in Las Vegas the next summer. And as you told, I'm really sure we will see them in Gold Cup, maybe at the final, or we will see the bracket how it goes. Uh, What do you think about this conversation is getting around the Mexican fans, and that Mexican fans should care about not doing this yell, the forbidden yell, when the what we know when
The
it
P
happens,
word, the P word.
the P word. You nailed it. The P word. Should they be aware about it? Should everybody be aware? And something else, if this really happens, if US soccer takes some issues about it, could be the best for the national team
Okay,
on a long terms.
there's a warning about if the chant or the yell is I mean, if the authorities heard it again, Mexico could be banned from playing in the United States. That's like
The
the
next 3
warning.
years.
Okay, so I'm not sure everybody's aware of this situation. Probably most of the people that is gonna go to the game don't know this thing. They don't know. So it depends on the result because most of the time the Mexican fans start to yell once Mexico is losing. So that will be, I mean, that's what depends on. But if we hear the yell and the authorities keep their promise, the business will be over. Mexico won't be able to play in the United States again.
But can be this the best for Mexican team? So Mexican authorities can improve for taking some other rivals with
Yeah, like in Mexico to play to Europe, to play to
yeah,
Asia, to play
that's what they
somewhere
really
else.
need. That's what
Yeah,
Mexico needs, and
to
not
play.
these Molero games
Can you imagine playing against Argentina at the
yeah,
Monumental? That would be tough. That would
against
be a,
Brazil in Maracanã,
of course, against Chile, against Paraguay in Defensores del
against
Chaco.
Uruguay in Centenario Stadium.
Exactly, against Japan in Asia.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what Mexico should be doing, but now they prefer to play in the United States, make some money, and yeah, we know that situation. I mean, for I don't think this should be like the way this should be ending. I mean, the fans should behave while they're in the stadium, but there's a risk, of course. And if Mexico gets banned, like I said, the business is over.
but I think I don't. I'm not really sure if U.S. soccer takes a cut in this business. When
They
Mexico
do.
goes to the United States and
I,
play a few games, makes them tours, I
yeah,
guess U.S. soccer gets a cut.
yeah, they do. Because they have to give you the permission to play there, so you have to pay.
Do they really are thinking about lose that cut? We're talking about millions and millions of dollars.
Not really, because it's not that expensive. I mean, there's like a fee, and it's the same fee for Chivas and for America or for whoever
Okay.
wants to play in the United States. So if Real Madrid wants to play there, they just pay it and that's it.
And
So
that's the
if
same
they
fee
lose,
for every team.
yeah, so if
But
they lose Mexico, nothing
but
could really happen.
But Mexico plays in United States every single month, every
Yeah,
single official
yeah,
date.
but every time there are more European teams going to the United States to play, so I don't think it's gonna really affect the American businesses. The
Well,
Mexican ones, they
I think that could affect a little bit the who most the most affected is the Mexican people.
of
The
course.
Mexican fans are the first one who lose if this situations presents and this affects directly to all of them. Uh, can you give us do you want to give a score, Chuy, for the game?
Oh, I don't know. It's hard. I think it's gonna be a tie, 1-1.
Do you think that could be again the 2-0? Don't you think that could repeat again?
It could be, but I'm not sure because Diego Coca he tries to defend in a good way. So if the American team is trying to counterattack the Mexican team, he doesn't even care. He will be protecting the goal. He will be playing in like back, and I think no. I mean that's the style he likes. So I see a close game, and hopefully Mexico wins. But
Let's
I
hope.
see
We
I
hope
see
Mexico wins.
I see a draw or a tie.
Yeah, and we right here in Mexico, we don't need that pressure under the clubs, under the Mexican team. That's not what we need.
No,
That's not what all around the Mexican
could
league
you
needs.
could you imagine how is Diego Coca and the Mexican team going to the Nations League and going to the Gold Cup with a loss against the United States? There will be a lot of pressure. So of course the
I'm
healthier
not seeing that
thing
scenario.
no the healthier thing to happen is that Mexico gets a good result tomorrow, but I think this game shouldn't even exist.
Okay, that's what we hope. Chuy, thank you very much, and we can talk about this game the next Thursday, so we can talk with our friends in this channel, so we can give our opinion what we saw.
Oh, of course, we'll be here next Thursday, and hopefully Mexico gets to win the game.
Thank you very much, Chuy. Thanks for joining us and futmex in English.
Bye.
Thank you very much, and we expect you to subscribe, give us your like, let us your comments, and keep joining us. Thank you very much, and glad to see you again. We hope to see you next Thursday talking about this game between Mexico and United States. Thank you very much.